Jai Jagat everyone. During this time of quarantine, we, that is Swapnil Srivastav, and Priya Mehrotra, the psychological counselor of City Montessori School, are just trying to send some positive vibes through our effort in this work we have named as Embrace the Journey. We will be covering topics like grit, resilience, language of virtue, and of what else to do during this time apart from what we have been advised to do. First of all, talking about grit, it is basically a power of passion and perseverance. During this time, grit is among the most important things to focus on, as it is the mental toughness that propels us towards achieving our long-term goals, which might be getting threatened by the ongoing situation in the world. It is the key to remain focused, optimistic, and self-motivated. And when we combine our talents with our effort, it leads to skills. And trust me, talent has no demarcation or definition. It just needs to uplift one's deep self for betterment. And when skills are combined with effort, it definitely leads to success. Now, talking about how can we develop grit? There are a number of ways for the same. First of all, talking about by focusing on our interests, or by developing interest in positive things, by practicing on the same, and by focusing on the purpose of what we are doing, but above all, the purpose of life as a whole. As the purpose of life is to give life a purpose, definitely a positive one. And nothing is possible without hope, as hope provides oxygen to all the dimensions of grit and to all the dimensions of our life. Talking about resilience, which we all know is the tendency to bounce back to normalcy after being through difficulties. And I feel that if we perceive from a different point of view, this time is not actually the difficulty, but this time is to develop resilience when we are staying at home. It's like you have actually got a time to evaluate and work on a number of things for which you kept taking defense, sometimes knowingly and sometimes unknowingly. There are a number of ways for developing resilience. First of all, always remember that the person who emerges from storm is not the same person who entered the storm, but it's up to him to come out as stronger or not. Building resilience is about mastering the devil around. And you know what? For the devils around us, sometimes it's about not arguing with the people who are committed to misunderstand you. And for the devils inside, it's about managing your thoughts. And only you can do it. Only you. Take over the part of failure. Some people say to themselves that bad things always happen with them, they are unlucky and so on. But try to focus on this one thing, that everything that happens with us is a lesson, is for a lesson to learn from. And when we do not learn something, we fail in that exam. And don't you know what happens when we fail? Oh yes, we have to give the re-exam. Things will keep happening again and again until we do not learn from it and pass the exam. So instead of why this is happening with me, ask yourself what it is trying to teach me. Please be aware of your past. Don't push it into your unconsciousness. Rather, bring it back to your consciousness and analyze it, because all those thoughts are anxiety provoking. And that is why you have pushed it deep inside yourself. And it will disturb you in one form or the other. So do not let your past blackmail your present to spoil your future. talking about grit and resilience, grit is something that we will develop inside, but resilience comes when we are in adversity. And sometimes, or I would say almost most of the times, if we focus, our adversity surprises us with our hidden strength. No matter what we talk about or what we want to achieve, support system plays a very important role, and it is a two-way process as it takes two to clap. It's about how you support others and how you perceive the support given by others. Under this, first of all, talking about our language, because our language matters a lot. The kind of words you speak makes very important of how, like what kind of support system you're going to have. Our language matters in the ways we cannot even imagine. So please use virtues in your language. Use magical words like sorry, thank you, please, and excuse me. Because our words can either work as food or as poison. Our emotions can make us or can destroy us. As if we do not manage it well, it will definitely destroy us. Do not let this temporary state, that is emotions, destroy anything permanently. Learn to manage your anger. Do not be impulsive. Take time to respond. And always keep your remote control with you. Yes, I am talking about your remote control. If others can easily make you annoyed, can easily make you cry or disturb your mental peace, that means you got to take your remote back from them. Coming to the next point, that is empathy. As we all know, empathy is about trying to feel the pain of others rather than just sympathizing with them. And empathy comes in picture when you are willing to know the story. When you are not just simply ready to judge, you think about it for today. How many times you have empathized and how many times you have just judged? As empathy makes you a better person. So now talking about this time of quarantine. Value the time for self. Work on your thoughts, your habits, things that make you feel worried and things that make you live life in a real sense. When you feel a bit low, that is very normal. It is very normal to feel low at times. But sometimes we exaggerate such feelings and that makes us feel more low. But let me just tell you, there can be times when we all feel low. So try breathing exercise. That is simply breathe in through your nose, hold for 4 seconds and exhale slowly through mouth. As is truly being said, if you can't go outside, try to go inside of yourself. Remember that God answers all the prayers. So keeping the adversity of this time apart, put it aside, this phase has given you time which you asked from God. And you can only realize that if you try to see the positive side of this time. About your response to others, learn to appreciate the efforts and not intelligence. Because intelligence at times can be biological, but efforts come out of choice. Self-care is the biggest gift you can give, not just to yourself, but to the entire world. You are a healer. Just give time to yourself to realize that you have touched many lives. So use this time to heal the healer in you. You also need some time for yourself. You also need to heal your wounds. Be careful of your thoughts, as our thoughts run our life. Learn to manage your thoughts. Otherwise, your thoughts will run your life. Be a warrior and not a worrier. as worry takes away today's strength and it makes us go through a bad moment twice by imagining it in our mind, or maybe it just makes us live a moment in our mind which will not even occur in reality. It's high time start living now. You must have realized that we need so many less things to live with. This time has taught us many things that we were taking for granted. As there are a lot of things which are not cancelled or put to lockdown, like the love, the compassion, the empathy, all the positive things which are not cancelled. So if you focus on the positive things, you have uncountable positive things to focus on. In the end, just feel this deeply, that we cannot and should not return to normal, as the normal we had was precisely the problem. So let us pledge that we will work on the problems that we have within ourselves and also around us. Thank you so very much for giving your precious time to us.